Hey, welcome to Living in Laguna Beach. Today we have an awesome video for you. My name is Ryan Huggins. I am a local realtor here in the area, and today's video is going to be the top 5 pros, top 5 cons of living in Laguna Niguel. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. And then also click the notification next to it. There's a little bell icon. That way you know every time we release a new video. If you're thinking about moving to one of the cities that we talk about in one of these videos, make sure you reach out to me via text or email, and I'll be glad to help you out. That's what we do here. We help people every single day, just like you, moving into the city, and we love to help you out. So make sure you reach out to me if you need anything at all. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and kick it off with the video, starting with number 5, con of living in Laguna Niguel. The wildlife. There's coyotes. There's mountain lions that will come after your little dog or your little cat. Anyway, so what I did is I surveyed tens of thousands of people, and this is their top 5 results for both of these. And they did mention this in reality. Be very, very careful with your pets outside when living in Laguna Niguel, because there is wilderness all around you, and coyotes do prowl for the area looking for something to eat and snack on. Same thing with bobcats and so on. So be very careful of the wildlife. Now, there is also a pro to the wildlife, because there's beautiful wildlife all over next to you in the ocean as well. But just be careful. That was one of their main focuses, was be careful of the wildlife here in Laguna Niguel. All right, and the number 5 pro of living in Laguna Niguel is the healthcare. There is great doctors' offices all around us. There's amazing hospitals all around us. In fact, there's a world-renowned Hoag Hospital right down the street in Newport Beach. Plus, there's local hospitals just around the corner from Laguna Niguel and also in Laguna Niguel. So there's plenty of healthcare. So if that's something that you're looking for when you're moving to an area, Laguna Niguel definitely has that for you. The number 4 con of living in Laguna Niguel is the cost of living. It's very expensive to afford a house in Laguna Niguel. In fact, I was just looking at my most recent neighborhood updates, and Laguna Niguel's least expensive homes were going for about $1.3 million on average. And then their high-end homes are at $1.6 million. So the cost of living is very expensive when it comes to living in the area, but you get a lot of perks and benefits of living in Laguna Niguel because of all the different things that you get. You get what you pay for, as they always say. And because of the cost of living, you do get nice amenities and things in the area. Number 4 pro of living in Laguna Niguel is the shopping, the retail, and the services. So when you live in Laguna Niguel, everything is at your fingertips. Every major store is there. You've got a Costco, you've got a Best Buy, you've got every grocery store, Whole Foods, you've got Starbucks everywhere. You've got everything you can think of, every restaurant, every shopping center, Home Depot, Lowe's, it's all there. For example, personally, I live in Laguna Beach, and none of that is here. In fact, whenever I go shopping, we have to go to Laguna Niguel. It's the closest place, or Irvine, but that's a little bit farther. So we go to Laguna Niguel to do our shopping at like Home Depot, Lowe's, Hobby Lobby, things of that nature. But Laguna Niguel has everything very, very central to it. All right, and the number 3 con of living in Laguna Niguel is there's no main street. So the city is a very new city. So there's no old, authentic like place for a downtown area or a main street. There's no type of vibe or feel like that in Laguna Niguel. There's really, really nice shopping centers and parks and things of that nature, but there is no actual downtown feel, no main street feel. The number 3 pro of living in Laguna Niguel is the economy. The economy is booming. We just talked a little bit about the cost of living there. The economy is booming. People have money, so they go to stores and they shop, and there's jobs and there's everything. All those stores, the shopping centers need to have people to work at, and the people that live in the area have money to buy stuff. So the actual economy is thriving and doing extremely well in Laguna Niguel. So people are happier and things of that nature too. And you can feel that when you're riding around, shopping and doing things. The city is very upbeat and good vibes coming from Laguna Niguel. All right, and number 2 con. The number 2 con of living in Laguna Niguel is all the homes look just alike. So it's like living in Pleasantville, right? There is no really nice old homes. There's no architecture homes in the area because all of the homes in Laguna Niguel are typically master plan communities, and everything is like a cookie cutter style home built by a home builder and so on. But the great thing, even though they are cookie cutter and things of that nature, the homes are still really beautiful, really large size, very well built. But the only problem is they do all look alike. The number 2 pro of living in Laguna Niguel is living by the beach. I mean, it's freaking awesome, right? You wake up any day of the week, you're like, you know what? I want to go for a jog. Why don't I just jog to the beach? So some people do long rides. So Laguna Niguel, there's a farther, deeper part, close to what's called the 73 highway, which is a toll road. That is a little bit farther. But when you get to more of the southern part and the western part of Laguna Niguel, you can literally get to the beach on a simple bike ride. Well, now with electric bikes, you can get there from anywhere. You see tons of people riding around these beach cities with electric bikes, which is really cool. But in fact, one of my recent clients, we went and showed them a home right there in Laguna Niguel. We went and showed that to them. After our visit, they were like, I wonder how close this is to the beach. They drove home. They live a little bit further inland. We drove back to where we live here in Laguna Beach. And from the house we were showing to actually seeing the water, PCH, it was only 4 minutes. So literally a 4-minute drive, and we got stopped at 2 red lights. So in reality, you could have hopped on a beach cruiser, ride to the beach very simply, very close to the beach, which also means really great weather. It's always a little bit cooler living in this area than it is elsewhere as well. That's a little bonus pro for living in the area as well. All right, and the number 1 con of living in Laguna Niguel is the lot size. The backyard, they're like non-existent. So when you move to Laguna Niguel, there's going to be, like, typically your home is going to be in the range of 3,000 to 4,000 square feet on a 6,000 to 6,500 square foot lot. So your house is going to basically consume most of the lot, including, because you have a driveway, right? And then you have your actual house, the footprint of the house, and then a tiny little backyard. Also, because of the hills, there's beautiful hills everywhere, rolling hills in Laguna Niguel, but those hills are sloped, so it makes it very, very small amounts of actual usable backyards. So they have to flatten out the mountain and put a tiny little backyard there. So some of the backyards fit a pool. If you have a pool in your backyard, it's really nice, but you don't have much grass area, right? So that's one thing just to keep in mind when moving to Laguna Niguel, and keep an open mind about. If you're talking to your realtor, you're like, I want a house with a huge backyard, but I want to live in Laguna Niguel. So you're not going to get it. So it just there's very few homes that have a backyard that's very large. So keep that in mind when you're coming to Laguna Niguel. The lot sizes are relatively small. The number 1 pro for living in Laguna Niguel is the views. The views are epic. So one, you're going to have views of the canyons, as I mentioned before, rolling hills everywhere. Your backyard is usually faced into a canyon, which looks really, really nice. And then there's also the epic views of the ocean. Some of these homes, not all of them, but some of the homes in Laguna Niguel, you're going to get a beautiful ocean view where, I mean, the last house we went and saw was a 270-degree view. It was absolutely gorgeous. You could literally see boats, sailboats literally sailing out in the ocean. Also very frequently in this area in the Pacific, you're like during whale season, you'll see humpbacks coming and breaching and stuff. You'd be able to see that from your backyard from some of these views. The views are absolutely epic in Laguna Niguel. Not every house has that view, but some of them do, and they do obviously pull a premium as far as that goes. So if you're looking for a house with a view, Laguna Niguel can definitely do that for you. You're just gonna have to pay a little bit more than your normal Laguna Niguel house, but hey, it could be worth it for you if that's something that you're looking for. So I hope that you enjoyed this video of the 5 pros and cons of living in Laguna Niguel. Again, my name is Ryan Huggins. I am a realtor in the area. So if you're looking to move to Laguna Niguel or the surrounding areas, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'll put my contact information right here in the video. You can also reach out to me on Instagram at Living in Laguna Beach. At Living in Laguna Beach, you can find me there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you on the next one.